muted after all, so now you can ask your questions today.
All right.
And here we go.
So we should be going live here. Yeah, it's streaming. Okay.
Sweet.
Hi, everybody.
Hey guys, how y'all feeling today?
How's everybody doing?
All right.
All right.
Announcement is sent. All right.
My hair's a little bit wet, but it'll dry. I should have gotten a bottle of water. Okay, I'm just going to extend this a little bit because we got more people in the chat here.
Hey Michelle, you
Hi.
can jump on the call, Michelle.
Yeah, it should be open this time.
All right, let me link up to the big screen, and we should be good to go on my end.
Okay, I can't remember if I ever
And
set a proper description for this.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
what's up, Red Bird? How you feeling?
Doing pretty good. Just trying to figure out where the hell everybody is right now.
Oh no, you lost people. That's not a good sign.
No.
Okay.
Hey Michelle, welcome to the call.
Heyo.
How was your day?
Pretty good. Yep. School, school. So tight. But yeah,
Excuse me.
other than that, it's pretty good. Yep.
Hello, Michelle.
Hmm, hmm, hmm.
There we
I'll turn
go.
my volume down on the TV here because I can hear myself. It's faint, but I can hear myself.
All
And
right.
yes, for anyone watching the stream, you can see my
I'm
my new
looking at the
nickname.
comments right now, so am I feeling better? Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better. I'm gonna try and record today. I actually don't feel sick anymore, but there's probably still something there. I don't know.
Hey Jason, welcome to the stream. Glad you made it today.
All right. So today is just going to be questions and I'll answer them. And I was thinking of doing a mail portion of this for my P.O. box, but I haven't gotten anything yet, so we'll skip that this time around. And yeah, Joe, I would have read your letter, except I forgot about it, and now we're on the stream, so.
It's fine. Honestly, though, like a fan mail segment would be a bit. If I've really been the only person who sent you any fan mail, then it might be a bit redundant this time around.
Probably.
So hopefully you get more fan mail so we can actually do it next stream.
All right, let's see. But how did RadioBot respond? Wait a minute, am I missing something on Discord with the RadioBot?
You've missed a few things on Discord clearly because this entire week I've noticed more and more bot spamming going on between various servers.
Joe.
It's
Joe.
Okay.
Joe. Shush.
what?
Don't. No. Shush. Shush, Joe. Shush.
I've said nothing. Quiet.
Wait, who's not a
Cattail.
burger person? I'm looking at the Discord chat. If you're talking about me, I am a burger person, but a veggie burger person, so. Also,
To each their own.
I'm gonna adjust
Yeah, you should have
this.
seen Jason's response. I think he answered Antonio's first question yesterday during the radio stream because he asked because he initially asked How did you develop a passion for singing? Is it just natural, or were you inspired by someone?
Okay, I see what's going on with the patron chat. Hang on. I'm just adjusting something on the screen here. Okay. I want to bring this up a little bit. There we go.
All right.
Okay, I should catch up with comments here.
Hey, Ronan. Welcome to the stream.
Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, how fly is the tree in the sky? I'm not sure what tree, and I haven't looked at the sky lately, so.
I have no idea either.
Who knows?
And yes, it still counts as a burger, so. But yeah,
Yep.
preferred burger toppings, cheddar, onions, usually that's about it. Oh, mushrooms, if I can get them. And of course the usual condiments, ketchup, mustard.
Yep.
All right, so how did the new people on the what is it called? Who joined the stream? Sorry, I'm a little bit tired still. Why did I start the
I
diet?
can only imagine.
To eat healthier.
Wow.
So, yeah, patrons get to talk during the Q&A.
Except for me, I just snuck in here.
That's okay, you're a
Michelle,
mod.
You're a mod, so all our permissions were revised recently, so
Yeah.
you can be on the call too.
Besides, yeah, my reasoning behind that too is, in a way, it's a little bit of a reward for you guys for helping out with the server. So even if you're not a patron, if you're modding for me, you get access to those channels, which is part of the patron reward. Obviously, you don't get access to like the tiers on Patreon, but you can join the chat and
Yeah,
stuff.
it's something.
Yeah.
Definitely, it's better than nothing.
Volunteer work.
Yes. Think of it like that. Think of it that way.
Mm-hmm. And yes, meat costs money.
It costs money. Yeah, it does. It
Yeah,
sure
initially I just decided I was gonna reduce my meat just to eat healthier, and so I wouldn't be tempted to go to McDonald's and stuff. And then, yeah, kind of went from there on its own. Now I'm just down to fish.
Yep.
So,
Antonio had another question that he actually typed on Discord earlier. He asked, "How long does it take to make cover song from request to completion?"
okay, that depends on the song. If it's something simpler, it could take a night to do the lyrics and then a day to do the recording. Maybe an extra day to do the mixing, depending on the song. If it's something a little bit more involved, maybe something with a custom backtrack, is either I'll spend pretty much an entire day working on the backtrack if I'm not commissioning it or something like that. A night on the lyrics as usual, sometimes an extra night to revise them, depending on how crazy the song is. If if there's a lot of harmonies, it'll usually take me a day or two to get through the recording. I remember Elias took actually 2 days to do the vocals for, because I started the verses and that took a few hours, and then I had to go back to it the next day. But yeah, usually I can finish a song in either a couple of days to a week, sometimes shorter. So it also depends on how much help I'm getting with it too. If I have to commission an instrumental or get somebody to help me with the mixing, which I don't do too often, especially with commission prices and stuff, since I don't have a lot of money, it'll take quite a bit longer, just because I'll have to have the vocals recorded and then I'll be waiting on the mix, I'll be waiting on the instrumental before the vocals, so it'll take a little bit more time that way. So let's see. What musical
AJ's
instruments
here.
do you play? Primarily piano and vocals, if you count vocals as an instrument. I've started getting into guitar and ukulele. And I've got a little bit of a ocarina too, because I started learning that by ear back in 2014 when I got one from Fan Expo. So, aside
the
from
curious
piano, I'm self-taught on pretty much anything else that I try to play. So,
I have a question, if I may inquire.
sure.
How far ahead do you plan ahead on your projects?
Again, depends on the project. There's stuff that's been in planning for a couple months now, and there's stuff that I just decide one day, oh hey, I like this song, let's smush it in here somewhere. So I've
Which
still got
effectively
songs
happened with
that
this radio
I
shit.
decided to do last year that still haven't been recorded, so hi Gavin, welcome to the stream. So
Yeah, for
I'm saying so a lot.
fellow. Sorry,
what you were saying?
We're cutting each other off here.
Sorry. You were saying?
I was gonna say, if everyone remembers the instrumental preview back from February, fellow patrons, there were 5 instrumental tracks that were previewed. Since that preview, 3 of those songs have been completed and uploaded. The other 2, we're probably not gonna be getting them for a while.
Yeah. And some of those instrumentals were made last year, so
Yep.
as part of what I was saying for things that haven't been recorded. Excuse me. With your ocarina, how many holes does it have? My Zelda one has 12, and I want to get a 6-hole too. I think I have the 12-hole Zelda one, which I used for Totoro. Here, I actually have this underneath me here, but I've got another one with way more holes that I haven't figured out how to play yet. So, yeah, I can play it like a regular ocarina, the one that I got before. But I have no idea what to do with these top holes here. If anybody knows, feel free to message me on Discord, and I'm willing to learn, but yeah. I can somewhat play this. I can't play it completely, though. I'd like to learn how to, though. So. Okay. I read that exclamation mark as a T in the chat, Joe.
Wait, what?
It says, hey, Chris, with an exclamation mark. I read, hey, Christ.
Ah!
I blame my
That's
contacts.
not gonna die anytime. That is not gonna die anytime soon, is it?
We got nothing on. So you are a walking meme bucket, okay? That's what you want.
I've
On
been a
Drew's
walking
server-
meme bucket since we got on Discord.
On Drew's server, and I'm an aspiring meme due to the roles.
Yeah.
If you're a walking
Apparently, I'm
meme
already-
bucket, you should join
Yep.
that role.
Yes.
Drew has enough to worry about at this point, so I'm not gonna bother him about that. Just throwing that out there.
I'm just seeing Chris's
Jason-
reaction.
Oh, hey, Jason had a question. He asked, when you mix, do you only check the sound for your mixing headphones, or do you use other speakers/headphones as well?
I will go between a few different things. I haven't used speakers in a while, just because I don't trust my mixing enough to be on speakers when there's other people in the house yet. But,
Good point.
I will go between different pairs of headphones, including the Apple earphones that I have in right now. I don't know if I have them here, but this is a set of headphones that I normally use for recording and mixing. They're actually a gaming headset, SteelSeries Siberia version 2. So I'll have these, I'll have my earphones, and I haven't used these ones in a while, but they're actually tangled back here. Hang on. I got this pair too, which is a $40 set of headphones from Walmart. These are actually really, really good for their price. So, they're Black Web. I'm not sure if that's just a
Nice.
Canadian Walmart thing or if it's a Walmart thing in general, but yeah, Black Web usually doesn't have terrible audio quality, and it's cheaper than a lot of the high-end stuff too, so I like these. I just don't record with them commonly because the fake leather hurts my ears when I have glasses on, so I like this better. Softer ear cups on the SteelSeries, and it's shock mounted, so I can wear these for 6 hours on end if I'm doing a long recording session, and they're not going to bother me. So
Okay.
yeah, I have a couple of different headphones there. When I feel I'm done the mix, I'll usually check it on my computer speakers on my PC, which brings me to the next question here. I'm aware you have a Mac, but do you have a PC? Yes, I have both. I have a PC desktop, which is currently doing the radio streams because it's there and it's on, and I'm not really doing anything with it when I'm out and about or during the days that I'm running the radio stream. My Mac is what I primarily use for audio, though, and that's a 2012 MacBook Pro Retina. It's old, but it works. Yeah. I'd like to
Hey,
start
Jerry,
using the
glad you made it.
desktop for stuff. So, with audio, I'm kind of limited to Mac's software right now because that's what I've gotten used to, and I use a lot of the integrated plugins in Logic Pro 10. But for video, I'd like to start using my desktop PC more if I can speed it up a little bit. Yeah, Apple's surprisingly high quality when it comes to built-in audio driver limits. I've noticed more problems with PC with built-in sound cards than I have on Mac. Mac I've never had problems with. It's always been really, really high quality. Half the time I can't even tell the difference between my Focusrite on my Mac, although the Focusrite is probably a lot shinier audio quality. Maybe I just don't have the headphones for it, I don't know. Oh, what have you missed in the first 16 minutes? Not much, really. Nothing you can't go back and play later, so. Yeah, memes.
A lot of memes.
Walking meme bucket. Yeah. That is a new thing. And
Wait. What is it all meme? Okay. Let's see. Macs have higher quality capability on the audio. Yeah, they use high quality parts in these things too. I've even noticed when you go to the phone line, or not like the phone line, but like the Apple's phone lines, iPhones, That's what I'm trying to say. When you go to iPhones, iPads, everything, you plug in these Apple headphones, great audio quality. I've actually had people tell me when I plug them into my Android that it's not as great quality. So, don't get me wrong, Android's a great phone, but like the parts used and the drivers used are just a step up. So, let's see. Speaking of MP3 no longer being licensed, no more renewals. The company said to go to the superior AAC. I might do that at some point since I do use Mac anyway, and I probably have the encoders in Logic, so, and iTunes would have them anyway. But I'm going to stick with MP3 for now since that's what most people use, and if that ever changes, I will consider using a different format. Keep in mind the WAV files can be converted too, so. Do I have a Steam account? Yes. Yeah, I think it'll be alright if people add me. Should be KH Crazy 10. That's KH like Kingdom Hearts, the word crazy, and then the number 10. So, add me. I use my Steam account for usually game streams now. I'm never online otherwise. I might be for Terra Online if I ever have a chance to play that. Because I've been down with illness lately, and now I've got a bunch of stuff to do. So, hopefully I'll get around to it this summer. You're welcome to download that. It's free and play with me. So, you mean tomatoes? Alright, favorite nail polish cover. Favorite nail polish color. Purple. Pretty much any shade of purple. I guess there's a couple that I don't like, but most shades of purple. Purple. If you want to get the joke, watch Heaven's Lost Property. Unless you're not like my age, then wait to watch Heaven's Lost Property. So. Alright. How rewarding is it to be at a con and people come straight to you wanting your autograph or to take a picture with you? Technically, it hasn't happened all that much yet, probably due to some confusion with the table at the last one. But it's one of those things where it happens and you feel really, really special. Because this person is coming up to you and they're there for you. And you're there for them. And it's just... It's one of those things. You feel like you've made somebody's day, and at the same time they've made your day in a way, so...
Yeah, but it's more difficult when people are having a hard time locating you.
Exactly.
I
felt really bad.
We didn't have a location.
I felt really bad with Fan Expo because for most people I didn't have a way of communicating with them, especially during the first day of the convention. And then later on the radio stream it's like, oh, I'm sorry, I was only in for the one day. And then I'm like, oh, I wish you'd been able to find me, but I did all I could.
Yeah.
Let's see. Tomato was a meme pun that Tara made, blah, blah, blah. I have an extra Rocksmith 2014 game on Steam to give away. You can have it if you want. I actually have Rocksmith 2014. I just haven't had time to play it. So keep that extra. Give it to somebody else who has a guitar. And preferably a way to hook up the guitar. I have the cable. I suppose a lot of things could work. If you can get an interface to work with it, that would work too, but... Yeah. Then I think you can get the cable on eBay too. Hey, Christine. Yeah, I hope it'll be better for the next con. For Animathon, I was toying with the idea of seeing if there's a place that would rent me a fold-up table and just setting up outside. But I don't know how well it's going to go over, so don't quote me on that one. Don't look for my table quite yet. But yeah. I'll see what I can do with that. Gotta get back to mixing. That's cool. Have a good day, Rage. So.
Yeah, happy early birthday, Jason. Thanks for coming.
Alright. Christine says I'm alright, only the cold lingers in my voice a tad bit longer than I wanted. Oh, I know that feel. When you feel better, but you still can't sing. I've been like that lately, too.
You both have been sick, so.
Yeah, I'm just getting over it. I think I can sing today. We'll see how well this goes over. If not, I have tomorrow to record to still be able to get an upload up for Saturday. Speaking of which, I know some of you are in the radio streams. If there's people who are getting kind of tired of those, because I've been doing so many back-to-back, that's cool. I will have an upload on Saturday, so... And what I'm planning on doing is I'm going to try and catch up with uploads, so I'm able to do like a week or two of uploads before doing another radio stream. Next radio stream will be Monday, though, because I'm not quite prepared to be able to upload for Monday and Saturday, so yeah. I guess if I wanted to, I could probably sneak in an extra cover, like I did with 9Lie a while back. So that's an option too, but yeah, I'm gonna try and tone back the radio streams for a while, and then I'll bring them back with all the new content added in. So okay.
Yeah, because given the reactions we were getting the last couple of radio streams, the natives have been getting restless.
Yeah. Gavin says I learned to play my Clay 12 Ocarina of Time Ocarina good on the day. I got it, and I'd never played one before that. Yeah, they're fairly easy to figure out. If you mess with the holes, you start to pick it up by ear. And it's just like, oh hey, that's a scale, and then, okay, if I do that, I get a fifth, and this sounds a little bit like a song I know, and that's how I picked it up. And everything I play on it is by ear, because I don't know how to read the tabs yet. Sucks how a cold can put you down like that, but luckily you were recovering. Looking forward to new stuff. I actually think this might have been a flu. I'm not sure. Either way, I'm not going to push too hard. So.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm just going to focus on getting an upload ready for Saturday, and we'll leave it there. I've been using Vicks a lot, and it's done nothing for me in the past few days.
Ouch.
I had eucalyptus oil that was working for a while, but then it's like, nope. Okay, does playing a radio stream hurt your home data? Most people don't have unlimited data. We're keeping track of it just to see where it goes. So far, it's been fine, since I think they only cap us during peak hours. So the rest of the time, it'll be unlimited. But yeah, as long as we don't go over our cap for the peak hours, we should be fine. Which is, I think it's a pretty high cap, like 400 gig or something. But yeah. And streaming at 720p shouldn't take up all that much anyway. I'm thinking like in one day, maybe 40, 50 gig, somewhere around there. And I mean, again, we're dealing with peak hours being capped, so if you're doing a stream and it's 40, 50 gig, maybe only 5 gig of that is during peak hours, so. So we're just like watching it, seeing where it goes. Flu has accompanied
Hey, Andy, welcome to the
massive
stream.
muscle pain,
Oh,
fevers,
sorry.
and chills that makes men claim they are going to die. Sounds about right. I haven't had the fever, but I've been taking like a bunch of immune boosters and everything, so I may not have gotten quite as bad a flu as other people might have had. But yeah, chills definitely, and yeah, muscle pain is a thing during flus. So
On the bright side, it's not strep. Because if it were strep, we'd be in trouble.
yeah, I got worried during the first couple of days because I wasn't having a lot of sinus problems, other than like maybe just some gunk in the back of my throat. But yeah, so I got really worried, and I thought, you know what, my throat hurts. I wonder if like maybe if I don't develop sinus problems, is this going to be an issue with like strep or something? Because I've had that in the past, and I remember spending an entire month being like, I feel fine. I sound fine. I go to record, I sound terrible. So, yeah. Thankfully, it's not, because I did get the sinus problems. I did get everything that goes with a cold or flu, so that's good. Andy says, yeah, I really hate to be missing the streams. Exams are close. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, later, Gavin. See you. Just trying to keep up with the chat here. Antonio says, I average 800 gig a month by myself. Yeah, that's why I like the only during peak hours thing, because I feel like we blow through our cap otherwise. With how much downloading and uploading I do with YouTube and everything. Have you been dealing with vocal warm-ups when you got ill, or did you fully rest? I fully rested for the most part. I do a little bit of humming just to see if it would free up some of the gunk in my sinuses. It didn't, but yeah. I just rested my vocals. If I did any kind of singing at all, I'd just do it like soft and gentle on my voice, so. The rest is probably good for me anyway, because with all the coughing I've been doing, it's probably put a lot of strain on my vocal cords anyway. So just having the rest of the time just me being silent or just talking, I should be fine. People who are on Patreon know that with Reluctant Heroes, I was having a bit of an issue too with my voice, where it was just like cracking and breaking and stuff too. Might have been the beginning parts of the flu, I don't know. But yeah, I just figured vocal rest was good considering that too.
Yeah, looking back, I think Reluctant Heroes may have been but the prelude to the sick. So
Yeah, because you remember that one part in the blooper reel where it's just like, ah.
Yep, I do remember that. Also, if you can hear me, you've been cutting in and out for me, so it's like I'll be talking and then you'll pop back on. I'm like, oh no, we're cutting each other off again.
Oh, might be Discord. Also, I think I still have my what's it called? The volume limiter thing a little bit high, because I was trying to block out some background noise on another call. So
Okay.
They both sound good to me.
that's good. Miss Tara, do you have any particular preparations you like to make before recording a song? Usually I'll lay out all the tracks in the software, add a little bit of reverb on Ascend, or yeah, Ascend, or just like put the output all to one track and have the reverb on there. Just so when I play it back, I can hear it with a little bit of reverb to blend. So yeah, I'll get all my tracks ready for harmonies and everything. Make sure everything's set up before I start recording. Then I just have to plug my Focusrite in and just start recording. So, other than that, not really a lot. Everybody has their different methods of recording too. For me, it's really, really simple. I just hit record, start recording, play it back. If I don't like it, record over it. And I'll actually stitch pieces together as I'm recording. Whereas most people will just like do a whole bunch of takes and then do it after. Which to me is a lot of extra time that I could avoid. So. Makes bloopers easy too, because if I mess up, I can be like, hey, that one's kind of funny. I'm going to export that. So, let's see.
Christine's got a question. What's your favorite reverb to use?
It's a plugin by Magnus Smart Electronics called Ambience. I've never really liked the stock reverb in most programs, Logic included. To be honest, I actually liked the reverb in GarageBand better, even though it's just a slider. But ever since I switched to Logic Express 9 years ago, I've been using Ambience. And I continued to use Ambience when I started working in Mixcraft on my laptop PC side because I had boot camp at the time. It's just in the last year I've gone back to Logic for recording. So, but yeah, Ambience is a plugin by Smart Electronics. It's my favorite plugin. There's a ton of knobs and everything that you can turn in there to get a custom sound on the reverb. And they've got tons of presets too. I usually start from one of the presets and then just tweak it. So, let's see. Jerry, you had that question you wanted to ask. Just favorite color, purple. That's an easy one.
Again, 1 + 1, everybody.
I feel like it should be somewhat obvious for my channel, although when I chose that color of purple for my backdrop of the banner, it ended up coming out as a pinky purple, which I don't mind, but yeah, it confuses people sometimes. Same thing with my old backdrop too, because it's purple curtains, but the lighting made them look red to some people. I don't know why. Let's see.
Yeah, that threw me too at first.
Glad to hear you're doing better. What were your favorite parts of Fan Expo? Pretty much just like being with friends and stuff. I was a little bit stressed at the beginning because of the whole table situation. I'm just not having a fun time, like at the very, very beginning of the convention, because I was worried about people and finding me, and I felt really bad because there's people wandering around wondering where the Sask Podcast booth is, and there was no Sask Podcast booth. So, as the convention progressed, though, I walked around, did some shopping, went for lunch with friends, and just like being around people in general made it a lot more fun. So, cool parts were meeting the voice actors. So, you may have seen the pics on Instagram. I don't know if I posted them on Twitter too. I think I did. But yeah, that was
posted
fun.
a few.
That was fun. Sean Schemmel just won't stop talking, I swear. I went up for a picture with him, and it's just like, I kind of had to cut off the conversation because I feel like he would have just been sitting there talking to me for the next 20 minutes otherwise, or until somebody stopped him.
Oh wow.
And I'm looking to my left, and there's people in line, and I'm like, oh yeah, you better get back to that. I should let you get back to autographs and stuff. So that was cool.
Oh yeah, there was that moment you had with Linda Ballantyne too. Tell them about that moment with Linda when you.
Oh yeah,
got
for
your
Fan
big ticket
Expo, I
interview.
was wearing my Terra St. Michael shirt, the ones you can get on Spreadshirt. You see it in the picture if you've seen it on Twitter. But yeah, apparently Linda Ballantyne liked my shirt. So she asked who the artist was, and that was really, really cool. I probably made Kava's day when I told him. So she hugged me, which was really cool.
Actually, when you told me, I was like, I posted on our server, "Hey, Kava, you're not gonna believe it. You're not gonna believe it. You're gonna believe it." He's like, "What? What?"
Yeah, that was fun. That was fun. I'm hoping I didn't get anybody sick. That would suck. Especially with Sean, it's just like, get him sick, have him bring it back to LA, infect all my friends there. Whoops. Somebody I know from LA messages me now saying they're sick. I'll just be like, sorry, I probably sent it back with Sean. Sorry.
Ouch!
Whoops.
What a meanie.
Challenge of doing collabs. Planning. Definitely planning. Because you're trying to do things usually over a great distance. So trying to get your lines to match and everything,
Yep.
and just making sure everything's clear and everybody's directed properly can be a challenge, especially with music, because unlike voiceover where you could just hop on a Skype call and like connect and do everything that way, you have a lot more precise timing to deal with when it comes to music. So you can't really do that. So it's totally dependent on how well you can explain it and go through revisions and record against each other's lines in the end. And then the rest comes down to mixing, where the timing's just touched up and everything's matched so it sounds good in the final mix. Honestly, I don't even think it would be possible without proper mixing, and if it was, it wouldn't sound that great. So that's pretty much the challenge of doing collabs right there. Also time too, because trying to figure out when everybody's available to record. We're doing a solo cover would take like maybe a night, maybe another day to mix and produce and put it together a video for. With a collab, you're looking at sending people the lines, having them record it, recording to their lines, and it just takes this huge chunk of time because you're having to deal with their schedule. It's better if you can record your parts against theirs because then the timing will be a lot better before you have to do it digitally. But yeah, it's definitely a challenge there. Let's see. Would that be more lavender, royal, or violet purple? I'm pretty much cool with any purple. Normally I like a mid-range purple, probably closer to violets. Nothing too dark. I like lavender too in some things. It depends on what it is. So my banner is like a pinky purple. I don't think it's really any of those. It's like if you took a cross between lavender and violet purple and mixed it with some shade of baby pink, probably. I don't know, I just picked a color off of the thing and just like started editing the stock image to get the backdrop, so yeah. I have no idea what color it actually is. Let's see. At a con, would you enjoy getting to run a panel by yourself, but would you rather be with other actors and or singers? Considering I'm not experienced with panels, I prefer to be with somebody else for the panel, just to get the hang of it, and then maybe I'd do something by myself later. Speaking of panels, I should actually be on a panel with a couple of YouTubers from Edmonton in August for Animathon.
Animathon.
Yeah, the
Yep.
deadline's passed for the panel submission, and the last message I heard from him is, I hear you're on a panel with us. And it's just like, I'm gonna guess I'm probably on a panel with them because that's what everything indicates. I don't know when that's gonna be because, yeah, schedule's not out. I'm not sure if we get the schedule a little bit in advance or if we just find out when it comes out. I've never really done this thing before, so I'm assuming we just find out when it comes out, which will be a week before the convention, roughly. Yeah. Let's see. I talk and ramble as much as Sean Shovel. For the
Just
sounds of
Shovel
it.
from the sounds of it.
He
Yes,
likes
he
to
does,
talk.
and-
He likes to talk.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
the rest of the call last night after you popped off is proof of that. We didn't end up killing the call until about maybe 4:30 my time.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that answers my question. Chris says, definitely planning. Yeah, considering
Definitely
we've got a
planning.
collab that still hasn't been recorded on my side. Whoops. Hopefully I should be able to get
This
to
is
that
what,
within the
second,
next
third
week.
time I know of it.
Yeah, Chris, I'll talk to you after the stream for a little bit on that, seeing as we do have a collab that I need to update you on. Discord was being boingy and booed me off the call for. That's why you went silent. Okay.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, because I thought you were just popping out again, and I was like, wait a minute, and I see it's disconnecting. I'm like, no, what are you doing, Discord? Why? And then apparently it kicked Sean out too, so
Okay.
it wasn't just me.
Just
Hence the
saying.
EVs. Boing, boing, boing.
Okay, since we got a
boing.
couple less people in the chat now, I'm just gonna shrink that a little bit. Ow. Let's see.
Yeah.
Question for you is, I'm finally back. What has been your shortest cover and longest cover you have done so far? Oh, geez, I do not have timestamps in front of me. Shortest would be something TV size. I'm gonna guess it's one of the ones I did with Eddie Vandermeer's backtrack. Maybe.
Yeah, 9 Live, yep.
9 Lie, probably. All I know is it's gonna be one of the TV size because those are usually roughly a minute and a half. So
Ish, on average.
it'll be one of
I think both the Eddie Vandermeer ones were TV size, Crossing Field and 9
Yeah,
Live.
that's because he does a lot of TV size with guitar covers. So, but yeah, it's gonna be
Yep.
one of the couple guitar or one of the couple TV size covers I've done. So it's between the two ones I did with Eddie's guitar. Sorry, Wachisa no Hikari no Yona and Nanairo Symphony, or Nanairo Symphony, sorry.
Fiasco Calamore ran for a while. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, Viesca Cullimore did run for a
That's
while.
what we should have done at the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
We should have done Fiasco Calamore as our intro.
I'm actually going to argue that Lost in Thoughts All Alone might be my longest, just because it's 6 minutes. So, I'm thinking that's my longest to date. I'll have to take a look at that, look at the actual time codes. Radio stream's a perfect way to do that. Okay, Sean says I have to take off. See ya. Okay. Later, Sean. You're probably gone by now because of the lag, but whatever.
Yep.
Video operations
Yeah,
include
thanks
a
for
couple of
coming,
terror in
Sean.
the
Hopefully we'll
past.
get to talk to you later.
They need more time, good planning, have to be, yeah, definitely. You need good communication, flexibility. It's kind of like what I was saying to Joe last night. Set a vocal deadline, but expect to get vocals after that. That way you'll get most people's vocals up front, but then if people need a little bit more time, you have time to work with without limiting yourself.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's where flexibility comes in. Set a deadline, but don't expect it to be the deadline.
Basically, I think we've been relearning that as we've gone along.
Yeah.
Was it really 5:15, Ronan? It was closer to 4:30. Shush.
Ha! It's okay, Tara. Just gotta tease you, but let's talk for sure. Yeah. After the stream, I'll hop on Facebook. Michelle's just like, I'm just lurking in the voice call. Alright, here's a question. Can you read sheet music? Yes, I can. I learned how to read sheet music through piano when I was a kid. I'm a little bit rusty with it now. I can probably read the sheet music just fine if I look at it for a little bit, if it's something more complicated. Playing it's going to take a while, though, just because I haven't done anything that's really been challenging me in so long. So, but yeah, every once in a while I'll look up sheet music just to get an idea of the chords if I'm doing an arrangement for something. And then I can just like close the sheet music and go from there, just figure out the rest by ear. Just because it gives me an idea of where the chords are with that, and like nobody owns chord patterns. If I look at somebody else's arrangement in the sheet music just to get the chords, it's cool because it's going to be the same chords no matter what you do. So every once in a while I'll use sheet music for that purpose. How many languages do you know? Obviously English, because that's my native language. I know a bit of French, because it's taught in schools in Canada, and I took all of high school French and a university class. I'm a bit rusty since I haven't really used any French since 2011, but I can still understand a lot of it, and with a little bit of help from Google Translate, I can work my way around it. Because I don't know how to say everything. I don't know how to say everything, and sometimes those translators mess up. I'll know how to correct things on a very, very basic level when it comes to that, just because I have taken classes in it before. But and I've got pretty much beginner Japanese, because I just took the Japanese course at my university. And before then, I was singing in Japanese and stuff too, so like my pronunciation's up there too. From that, just because exposure does that to you. You really get a good grasp of the pronunciation for languages if you're exposed to them a lot. You start picking up on the accents, and you're able to imitate the words. Even if you don't understand what's going on, which I'd like to clarify, even though I don't understand what's going on in the Japanese songs that I sing, I do understand what's going on in the moment that I'm singing it, because I will look at the translations. And what I like to do is I make a little picture movie in my mind of the story, and then play that back as I'm singing each part. So that way you get a little music video going on as you're singing the song, and you get the meaning connecting to the words without having to think in both languages at the same time. So, how's the weather where you are? And even Joe can mention, over here in the UK it's raining like cats and dogs. Here it's actually been pretty sunny. We've had some hotter days and some not so hot days. Example, the last 2 days we had some warmer weather, and then it went and dropped down to 11 degrees Celsius, and then it was chilly last night, around 7, dropped to 3. So, I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit off the top of my head. Normally I'd give a conversion, but
Yeah, it's actually sunny down here in Florida right now as we speak. It's not too hot though, so it's not bad overall.
Lucky, it's boiling over here right now. Gosh.
Aw.
Aw.
Also, I missed a
Oh, by the way,
question. Which impersonation do you prefer, Steve Bloom or Mickey Mouse? Mickey Mouse! I like your Mickey Mouse.
Oh my gosh.
Your Mickey Mouse is enjoyable. And then on the calls, it's just like Mickey Mouse versus Porky Pig. That was gold.
yes, it was.
You and Chris just need to like do improv together or something.
Oh, definitely. Or even start doing more abridged stuff.
Yeah. Michelle says, if you ever need help with French, Tara, I'm right here, holding a notice me senpai sign. Merci.
We're all pretty much holding notice me senpai signs around you these days half the time, I think. Jerry asks, sub or dub in watching anime?
A combination of both.
But...
Yeah, I think I've addressed this before, but it's a combination of both. I don't mind watching the subs. I usually will if it's the only thing available. Dubs are nicer though if I'm not feeling like reading subtitles on the screen, and if it's something that doesn't drive me nuts from expectations for the anime or having been exposed to the sub. Normally with the dubs, if it's a decent dub, I'll be able to adapt and go between the two fairly easily. It'll just take me like an episode or two to adjust to the different voices. But yeah, a combination of the two. I have no problems going between them if the dub's decent. Which
and
honestly a lot of them are. Yeah. Every once in a while you get something that's just downright annoying, but I mean, even then, if I watch it enough, if it's the only thing available, I'll get used to it. Yeah, I'll definitely get used to it. Really, the whole sub or dub thing, it comes down to expectations and what you're used to. So if you're used to watching something in Japanese, yeah, you're going to be caught a little bit off guard when you go to watch the dub. And it's just something you have to get used to if you're going to switch to watching the dub or if you have to switch to watching the dub. Honestly, if possible, I prefer to stay consistent. If I start watching a dub, I'll finish it as a dub, but not always is that possible. So, yeah, it's a combination of them. It just depends, like, on the anime and if I'm watching anime late at night or when I'm just not feeling up to processing things mentally, like text on a screen. So.
Yep.
Alright, not sure if Finale does this, but there's this old software I use for this reason. It's called Notation Composer. Converts MIDI files into sheet music. Would recommend. Ooh.
Interesting.
Considering Logic can export MIDI files, that might be useful. Because then I can just record something. And I quantize all my work now anyway, so might be worth it. Alright.
Hey, so Tara, first of all, as I typed in the chat earlier, you look great today.
Thank you.
Secondly, we're approaching the 1 hour mark. Do you want to keep it going a few more minutes, see if anyone else has any more questions or comments?
Yeah, that'll be fine. So long as I'm not like here for the next half hour or whatever, because I do have stuff to do today, so.
Oh, don't worry. 1, I'm awake, and number 2, this chat's actually kind of moving pretty crisply. So, AJ asks, what plans do you have for the weekend and for June itself, both projects and non-projects?
Both projects and non-projects. Okay. For the weekend, I'm probably just going to be pacing myself through some recording and just getting back into things. I know the weekend after, I'm probably going to be doing some on-location filming for a video. I'm not going to spoil that quite yet, but you guys will get to see that in a couple of weeks. I need to record the song first, though, so that's a minor thing. As for June, is going to be a combination of catching up on projects, and I'm going to try and get into some more voiceover work as well. Also, for the end of May here, I'm also seeing if I can't find a job for the summer just to make some extra money, which will take a chunk out of my time to work on things, but at the same time, I'm also saving for things like trips and
Yep.
stuff like that.
Trips and stuff, especially the big one.
Yeah,
Especially
the big one, and I mean, that one's big too, because like I may be taking a little bit of time away from my projects, but I'm still going to try and keep up. And to anybody who is going to Anime Expo next year, it directly benefits you anyway if I'm able to save for that trip, because then you get to come see me. So
Yep.
it's just trying to prioritize everything with that.
Oh yeah, there's also grinding away on a certain album, since I'm
Yes.
assuming everyone's here has already seen the announcement.
I just need to finish up the last couple of songs here. I'll probably end up recording the cover first and then working at the originals for the rest of the month. I should actually contact
Gotcha.
Soundrop, see if there's a way that I can license what's left of the covers without putting them up. That way I can buy myself some time, since the rest of them are going to be originals anyway. Which means I could
Sure.
theoretically submit a couple of days before and it would be up. So, before the pre-order period. Because I do want it to start on that day. That way I'm able to put up a video for the pre-order and stuff. And be like, you guys can get this right now. You just like click the button and pay for it on iTunes or Amazon. And then in a month from now it'll be up there. And you'll be able to download it. I'm also going to see if I can't talk to them about putting one of the tracks so it's available on the pre-order day. I'm not sure which one yet. Obviously, some of them are going to be available through the singles anyway, since it's my Kingdom Hearts covers, but
Yep.
I'm just thinking like one of the last 4 tracks here, I might decide to pull one of them and say, this is available on the pre-order day. Let's see. What equipment or software is still on your wish list? Let's see. Whisper Room, definitely, but that'll take a long, long while to save up for. They're very expensive, but the idea is there would be no more having to worry about outside noises or disturbing people.
Bothering people. Yep.
Yeah,
Especially while
if
they're
the
asleep.
neighbors decide to cut their lawn, it'll probably be a low hum, which is no more than what my computer produces when I'm already recording, so.
And also, no more shut up, you little whiner moments.
Yeah. And it's every time you wake the neighbor's dog.
Wake the neighbor's dog.
But yeah, definitely the Whisper Room. Aside from that, I haven't really thought about it that much. For the most part, I'm good with the equipment that I have, but I don't know, maybe just some plugins for instruments, just so I'm able to build that library a bit. I think that's about it. I'll probably think of more later. Oh, maybe some upgrades for my PC too, because I was looking at speeding that up for videos, and also seeing if I can install Mac OS X on it as well, so I have an extra Mac. Because it'll be a lot faster than my laptop, and I'll be able to transfer things to it. It'll also give me a backup if my laptop ever goes. So yeah, that's about it. For the PC upgrades, it would be an SSD for my Windows install, and upgrading the RAM to 32 gig. Also for the Hackintosh, I'd want an extra hard drive just for Mac OS X just to install it on, and anything that I need to swap out to make it compatible if necessary. So that's the upgrades I'm looking at for those things. It will speed up animation a lot, because I'll be able to have that extra RAM in the SSD for processing video. Alright, what instrument do you like the most? I actually like a lot of instruments. I guess it depends on the song, really, because some instruments work better than others for different styles of music. So, yeah, overall, I'm more of a fan of higher instruments than lower instruments, just because they sit in that range that if you play them right, gives you goosebumps, and it's really cool. And you can get a lot of emotion out of them too. That way, because the goosebumps effect plus a lot of dynamic range. So
Yep. Chills.
chills, exactly. Of the two, singing and voice acting, which do you feel is more fun overall? It actually goes back and forth depending on my workload. So they're probably sitting somewhere around equal if I was doing about the same for both of them. But what'll happen is if I spend a lot of time singing, voice acting all of a sudden seems more appealing. And then if I spend a lot of time voice acting, I all of a sudden want to go back to singing. So they're both really fun. It just depends on like the moment and how much work I'm doing with other things. So
Which is gonna make when you finally get your material for Bloody Chronicles, it's gonna make that process very interesting to say the least.
yeah, especially since I haven't done a lot of voice acting outside of the songs, which is fun when I do that, like with Crystalline, Hold On to You, and the stuff I did for Tall Tales of Memoria.
Yep.
But yeah, it's gonna be fun just to be working on something where I'm just doing voice acting, because I have not done that in so long.
AJ actually had a question for me. He asked me what I had planned for the weekend and for June. I guess I missed the June part, but I said, I swear I typed my response. It's not showing up. So I'm just gonna say, AJ, I'm working the better part of this weekend. I work nights, so I'm working tomorrow and Saturday night. I'm off Sunday, but I'll be at church the better half of that day. And then I'll actually be on 2 calls with Tara after that. The Patreon call early in the afternoon, and then the call for our collab later in the night. So I'll be taking a nap in between.
All right. For the questions under that, what are some of your favorite games? Kingdom Hearts.
Yep.
Zelda 2. I've been playing a lot of Breath of the Wild when I can. Yeah, basically anything that's an RPG like those, that's fantasy, I'll get into usually. Kingdom Hearts is something that I'm close to, though, just because I love the storyline. And I've been following it since I was like 12 years old. So it's part of my childhood now at this point. And Zelda's been part of my childhood since I was like 6, so.
You sure you're not still a child, just in a 24-year-old body, Tara?
That's questionable sometimes. That is very questionable sometimes. Then again, isn't that the new normal for young adulthood?
Yeah, I'm 32, and I do still feel like a kid at times.
Yeah. Okay, what are some of your favorite animes? I'm still fond of Sword Art Online, more so the first season than the second season. Let's see. Right now, I'm obsessed with My Hero Academia
Yep.
and Attack on
Which I still need to
Titan.
jump on.
Attack on Titan too. A couple of my other favorites would be from last year. Erased and Yuri on Ice are definitely up there. I haven't actually watched a whole lot of anime other than just like most of the bandwagon ones, really. Mostly
I love how
because
you totally
time.
forgot about your. Yeah.
Mostly because time, and then obviously with Twitter, it's just like most of the bandwagon ones are bandwagon for a reason. So I'm just like, okay, that seems good. I'll try it. Oh my god, this is amazing. So
And then spoilers flying around all over the place.
that too.
Also, I love how you totally left out Your Lie in April. It's usually the first
Yes,
thing you mention.
yes, I forgot about that. It's been a year since I watched that, so
You were watching it when we first started talking too.
Yeah, because I just watched it before I did my Your Lie in April covers.
Mhm.
But yeah, the feels in that anime, it's amazing.
I still need to watch it.
Yeah. You should do that.
I
I
should
think
do
it's
that.
still on Netflix, I'm not sure.
I'm gonna double check that actually, because some of the stuff got taken off the catalog a month ago. So
Alright, favorite ice cream flavor? Sea salt ice cream, ever since I made that batch around Halloween.
yes,
And yes,
same.
we're both terrible at being Canadian. I swear, I've flip-flopped between the spellings
Neighbors.
all the time. All the time. Uh, Even in my last vlog on this channel, it's just like, I'm so great at being Canadian. The neighbor's cat. Mr. Are you aware of the fact that you're my favorite as Canadian? How many Canadians
Aw.
do you know, even? Because if I'm your favorite as Canadian, and I'm the only Canadian you know, that kind of changes things, but...
Well, there's me, but no.
Yeah, there's you and Kyo and a bunch of Canadian voice actors that we're familiar
Either way,
with.
though, thank you. Chugs maple syrup while sitting on a moose. I know, right? Alright, any tips for a beginning voice actress? Find places to practice and get feedback. Honestly, just do fan dubs, amateur projects. Great place to find them is on Behind the Voice Actors Casting Call Club. Just go for like the fan projects that aren't like too serious and see if you can't get some feedback on your auditions and your performance. I know Behind the Voice Actors is a nice place to get feedback for that because they have open comments and you can listen to everybody's auditions. So you can just check the comments beside your audition and see if anybody liked it, if anybody's got any suggestions for you. It's a lot harder to get feedback than it used to be when I started, but yeah, basically just do fan projects and see if you can't get feedback wherever possible. It'll really help. And as you continue to do it, you'll just notice that you're getting a lot better at it and you're starting to find parts of your vocal range that you didn't know you had. Which brings me to another thing. Don't focus on like doing all the voices at first. Focus more on the acting part and the voices will come. Because I remember my first audition and it's cringeworthy. I tried to go too high and then I'm like, what was I doing? Ah!
Okay. Thank
So,
you.
let's see. So Kingdom Hearts is what Final Fantasy VII is to me. I guess so. I guess that would be a way to say it.
Basically, the awesomeness of
Doesn't
both.
Joe not know that it's entirely inappropriate to expose a lady's age? Wow. Okay. Yeah, I think that would only apply once the lady passed a certain age mark. Or if you're speaking Japanese, don't call your auntie grandma. Obasan and Obasan. They're two different
Yep.
things.
Oh my god.
Apparently it is very easy to mix them up. So
That's because Obasan and Obasan. It's a long vowel. Even people in Japan screw it up sometimes.
Yikes.
When in doubt, and you're buying a birthday cake, just have them put happy birthday on it. Omedetou. So. Either that or just like take your finger and lick the extra vowel out. Let's see. As well as some advice on top of Terra. Do not get too down if you do not get gigs. You have to stay focused and do the best you can. Work as many people as you can, but be realistic. Yeah, I get that.
Unrealistic.
The whole point of like voiceover and stuff is you give it a try. If you don't get it, they just wanted somebody else in the end, or they wanted something that you didn't give them, which isn't really saying that you don't have the talent to do it. It's just it wasn't what they were looking for. So
Right. A lot of it depends on the nature of the project, nature of who you're reading for, the direction.
in
There's
the
a lot
end,
of
you got to
factors.
have fun with characters in the audition, which is what counts. And
Yeah.
there will always be another audition for the whole getting paid part, but yeah. Or with amateur work, like, again, this is more geared at people starting too. Like, don't get down if people don't give you the role. I mean, I probably haven't mentioned this outside of like friend circles before, but in 2009, Amanda Lee auditioned for one of my fan dubs, and I didn't cast her, and there's a reason for that. At the time for that particular fan dub, she just wasn't what I was looking for in the character. So, yeah, Amanda auditioned for one of my first projects.
She auditioned for the role of Namine, and I mean that
Yeah,
was when Amanda was still using an AT2020.
yeah, I still have the files somewhere, but yeah, it just wasn't what I was looking for in the character at the time. I had this idea in my head of what I wanted, and people would submit auditions, and I'd just choose whoever seemed to fit that idea the best, which is what a director is going to do even in a professional setting, which is what most people are going to do when they're casting projects for like fan dubs, for whatever they're doing. So yeah, just don't let it get you down. If you don't get the role, there'll always be another one, and yeah, it's just that people have an idea of what they want, and sometimes you're not what they want. It's the way that you auditioned, so yeah.
Yeah, and don't be like me and develop a chip on your shoulder, because that is a mentality that can prove to be very destructive if left unchecked.
Not to mention, people don't think too highly of you on some of these sites if you're the kind of person who goes and whines and cries about not getting a role. I've seen way too many of those back when the Voice Acting Alliance was a thing. By the way, just a moment to say rest in peace, VAA. It's been down for the last couple of months, and now it's official. They're not bringing it back up, so that was part of my start, and yeah, I'm sad to see it go. It wasn't that active in recent years anyway, so I guess it kind of works out in the end, but again, it was part of my history in voice acting and getting into translyrics and stuff, so. Have you ever felt that you nailed a voiceover audition, or even been told by a director that you were great only to have them cast someone else? I've never had that happen, but then again, I haven't done a lot of voiceover work. What I have had happen is on one of those sites where you do a read. I think it was Voice Bunny. I've done a read for it. They've accepted the read for the booking, and then I went and found the app later, and they used somebody else, which in the end isn't a huge big deal. I mean, I still got paid for the gig, but in the end, it's a little bit disappointing, especially since they don't really tell you when they do that. But yeah, it's life. It happens. So, I'll put it this way:
What was that point we just proved?
Steve Bloom books about 1 gig per 100 auditions, and that's crazy, unbelievably good in this industry. Ratio is much more than that. That's just how it is. Yeah. That's pretty much how it works. And, like, Steve Bloom is one of those people who, like, you hear him in everything, almost. So.
Yeah, basically.
The reality, you're gonna do more auditions than you do actual projects. So. Give or take, that ratio is more geared at pro work. When you're dealing with fan dubs, the expectations are a little bit different. Then again, there are a lot of amateur voice actors in the community, so there still is competition. It's just for some projects, you may just get in just because nobody else auditioned. So it works that way with fan dubs and stuff. With pro work, it's a lot different. So, Ronan says, I started in VAA as well. Yeah, I think a lot of us did. Amanda had a
Yeah.
link to VAA, which is how she auditioned for that fan dub back then. Actually, some of her old covers were on there too. I remember reading through that. Like in the early days of Lee and Lee. That's where she posted stuff.
Yeah, you even brought up the last live stream she did. You brought up the fact that she hadn't updated her reel in
Yeah, it's still a fan
forever.
dub demo. Basically, you go back and it's
And
just
then
like
her-
I'm looking through all the characters.
Yeah.
These are all characters from an anime or
and then
something.
and then her music demo reel, like the first song in that particular demo reel was freaking my song, and that was 7
Yeah.
years ago.
I can understand not updating the voiceover demo since she's been more focused on music, but like I would have at least cut together a few new songs.
True.
It's her decision though. If she's getting work without it, it works.
Sausage-o.
Sausage-o. Wait, what? Yeah.
Sausage-o.
What happened with Amanda is she was Fire Mage 449 to begin with. And on VAA, she actually went by Amanda Lee. Although she did have Fire Mage 449 in her email signature, I think. What happened is when she started up the Lee and Lee channel through 2012 and 2013, I think, maybe even 2011 a bit, I'd see covers go up that were on her main channel right now. So some of them that have been marked as private since, there's still a link there that's kind of broken, but or was still
Yeah.
a link. The site's down now infinitely, but yeah. But yeah, a lot of people have roots in VAA, even a lot of professional voice actors now. Erica Harlacher, for instance, was on.
Yep.
I probably pronounced that wrong. Whatever. She started on VAA. And she was actually one of my first friends on there too, but
Yeah, Erica, Amberly Connors is another
Amberly
name.
Connors, Christina V,
Brittany Lauda.
everybody knows. Like, even when I started, she was starting to get pro work, but she was still on VAA putting up songs, I think, at the time.
Yeah, Christina V is like probably one of the original Utaite on YouTube. Looking back.
Yeah. There's Kira Buckland that was still on VAA at the time, although her activity started to dwindle as she did more pro work.
Yep.
She was Rena Chan. Miku-chan was also on VAA as well, along with Razzie.
Okay.
So there were a lot of people that are either in the voice acting community now or in the YouTube community in general, doing singing, lyrics, etc. So, have you considered producing a fan dub exclusively with your friends? It would be fun to do. At this point, if I'm doing fan dubs, it's usually going to be something that's not going to be on my channel, and if it is, I'll probably resurrect my KH Crazy 10 one. So, yeah, I actually recognize all those names. Christine
Laura
Cabanos
Post,
was Christine MC. Erica Mendez went by just Erica. Danielle McRae was Feruza, or however you pronounce that. And Laura Post, I don't remember what her name was, but I'm pretty sure I've seen it around. Just tossed around on like Facebook or something in relation to VAA, so. Yeah, Christina stopped posting stuff. A lot of these people stopped posting stuff, which is part of the reason the site died, I think. Because you had all these new members, and then none of the people who started it were still around.
I
To
think
keep
Jerry
things
was
going.
referring to the YouTube stuff, but yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, Christina stopped posting on YouTube too, I think. Actually, the last thing I saw
Yeah.
from her was on Nate's channel.
Oh wow. Laura Post was Batgirl. What?
Oh, I remember her. I remember her from 2009. I think I was in like a group for aspiring pro voice actors, and she was part of that or something. I just remember
Oh
some
wow.
comments. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I totally miss because of the usernames. I probably even talked to some people and I wouldn't know what their name is in real life. So maybe I talk to people that I don't even know. So it's possible. Yeah. If people made a movie about your life on YouTube, who would you want to play in the movie? That's a bit of a weird question because the automatic assumption would be like, wouldn't I be playing myself if it's about my life on YouTube?
Yeah, it would make
But
sense that way.
yeah. Honestly, I could see myself like playing myself in the movie and then maybe doing some random voiceovers for like unseen people.
Ooh, yeah, that'd be cool.
That way I'd be like playing a few parts and not just
And then like
being
your
on
original
camera being
would
like,
be
be yourself. I am myself. What more do you expect?
ooh, and then like half the soundtrack would be like your originals.
Oh my gosh. Credits music, just like the 3 originals on Light in the Darkness and a few singles.
Stepping Stones.
Okay. I just missed
By the
Michelle's
way,
message, so. Where are we for time? Oh, hey, it went a half hour anyway.
it's over. Yeah, we're getting on.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do like a question or two more here, because I think. Further clarifying my point, I never went to VA, so I missed out on all of that. Yeah. Yeah, I think that was it for questions. I thought
do
there
have a
was one or
question
two
I've been-
more, but yeah. You were saying?
I was gonna say there was a question I've been wanting to ask you for a while, and it's relating to your taste in music. Do you have a particular genre you enjoy, Tara, or are you like me and listen to a little bit of everything?
Pretty much listen to a little bit of everything. It's very song based for me. Like I can't just pick a genre and be like, oh hey, I like all the music in this or most of the music in this. It's very
Same,
song based.
Yeah. Yep.
Like I could say, oh, because I like this one song, I like this genre of music, and then something else comes along and I'm like, what did I just listen to? So, yeah. And it's hard to just pick one too because there's so many different genres, especially when you look at anime music, because there's everything from rap to EDM to more
pop,
acoustic
to
songs,
rock,
pop,
yeah.
rock. Yeah, it's not just J-pop music that they use for anime, it's J everything.
It's J everything.
So
And sometimes K-pop in Japanese. But yeah.
yeah.
Also, real quick, speaking of rap, are we gonna? I asked this on one of the more recent radio streams. I'm gonna ask this here. Will we ever finally get another cover where that's gonna involve you rapping a bit more?
I don't know because again, it's song dependent. I'd have to see if there's any song that I'd want to do that has that kind of thing in it. So
Yeah, I feel you.
yeah. I'm gonna say this is the last question just because it popped up in the chat. But any stress relieving methods? Singing in itself is good stress relief. But outside of that, I'd say exercise is definitely up there. Music in general, just because it has a way of interacting with your body's energy. It can play with your emotions. It can do a bunch of stuff, and that can basically make you feel good.
Yeah, anything
If-
creative
yeah.
can be very cathartic, especially when you're dealing with stuff.
Like with stress, if I can't really do much of anything else, I'll just sit there, turn my phone on, and just blast whatever music I feel like listening to in the moment that I feel help. So, yeah. Oh, there's one more question here. Let's not make this a one more question for the next 5 hours thing, but I'll answer this one too. When producing a song with multiple people, is it more fun to do duets or large groups?
Ooh.
In the producing side, I'd say duets, just because there's a lot less to keep track of. But if I'm going to be in something, it's cool to be with a large group as well. Just because it's fun to be a part of that. And I like the way voices blend together in groups. I think I've probably said this before with a chorus battle. So I just like the way the voices blend together in choruses and with like school idol stuff like the Love Live songs or idols in general.
Definitely.
Yeah. So yeah, this is kind of the ending of the stream, so.
Yeah, well, better late than never, Penguin Master, but yeah, we're about to end it pretty soon, actually, like right about now.
I guess the last question there was your like next live stream approximately going to be, as we'll be wrapping up soon. I haven't set an actual date, but I'm thinking I might just do like a really, really chill one within the next 2 weeks. Probably around like the 30th-ish, or maybe on the weekend before that. We'll see where that goes. I'll schedule it on this channel. I'll tweet. I'll do everything so you guys will know when it is. And also, if I do another radio stream, which will be Monday, I should have a date set by then. So I'll let you guys know on the radio stream as well. Oh, by the way, I should mention this before I end the call or end the stream and the call, I guess. But speaking of calls, there's going to be a patron call on
Sunday the 21st.
Sunday, the 21st at, I think I said it at 2?
2 p.m. your time.
Yeah.
So
basically same time frame as this stream was, but on Sunday. And yeah, if you want to join my Discord server, the link is in the description. It's the fan link. I made a fan link for it. And if you're a patron, you can hop on the call on Sunday. It's $1 up, so if you're not a patron yet, you can put in $1 for the month and be able to join the call. So.
And have fun with our randomness throughout.
Yeah.
Walking bucket of memes.
I might do like a game or two or something. Maybe some Cards Against Humanity. I don't know.
Yay.
Yes.
We'll see where it goes with that. But yeah. So I guess this is going to be the end of the stream, and for patrons, I'll see you on Sunday. For everybody else, just come hang out in the Discord server, and I'll see you whenever. So,